I don't understand this. I never had a sister.
I never dreamed I had a brother. But when the woman in the sword told me so, I just knew it was true.
Shira!
I thought you weren't doing that.
It's just always there.
Wow.
Deep in my heart.
Keep it buried. Hey, Anna Serene.
Hey, KATRINA Porter. Well, welcome to Split Happens, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
We are going to talk about movies
That we both love.
and then we're going to discuss them, but one of us is going to defend the movie.
And because life isn't fair, and I'm the con on this, I am going to tear this movie down like gay stereotypes from the 80s.
Oh, very nice. Well, have fun with that, because we're doing He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword.
This is one of the last positive things I'm going to say about this movie.
Yeah.
Until I'm allowed to say nice things again.
Right.
This movie's a lot of fun.
This movie's a blast. It is fairly gay.
Yeah, no, seriously, dude. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 lines down in my notes. Like, maybe 7 minutes into this, I said, "Shit, this movie has rainbow flag all over it." Another pro for Anna. I know when I'm defeated. Just FYI,
Yeah.
I've got some kind of cold nonsense going on. So I'm a little congested. So I'm sorry.
Well, just FYI, I had a fairly large frozen strawberry margarita when we started, so I might be a little stuffy and slurry, and that's because of the slurry I drank.
The slurry.
The
Why did
slushy.
you have the same size drink as I did?
I thought I could be brave.
You don't do that. Hey, cheers to our wine, because
Hey.
we didn't learn from those margaritas.
We didn't, as usual, here on Split Happens. Hey, let's talk about He-Man, and also She-Ra, and possibly Secrets and Swords.
Oh, I've got so much to talk about. And, okay, so let me just say, it's never easy to take the con on a movie that you love. So every time I'm the con, it's difficult. I'm sure it is for you too. Mm-hmm. It was tough to take the con on as a grown-up on a kid's movie, because I don't want to just shit on it because I'm an adult watching a kid's movie. So I really did try to take it from that perspective.
This movie was made in 1985.
You know what else was from 1985?
I do not know.
You don't? What's hysterical is, so I've got the top 10 highest grossing movies for you.
Oh, good.
But what's hysterical is I was going through like the top 200 movies of 1985 because I was trying to find where this movie fell.
That's bold.
And I just stopped at 200 because but what's crazy is
I don't understand.
none of these are in the top 10, but I noticed we have several movies that came out in 1985 that we're doing.
Really?
Yeah, none of them in the top 10. Well, one is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I am at the edge of my booster seat just waiting to hear.
Back to the Future?
Yes, we're not doing that, I don't think.
Nope. Rambo 2?
Are we? No, we're not
Nope.
doing that.
Beverly Hills Cop?
No?
Nope.
Great movies, though.
Rocky 4?
Oh.
Which we should do. Cocoon?
Oh, I love Cocoon.
We're not doing it. Do you know what The Dream is Alive is?
The Dream is Alive. No.
It was the 6th highest grossing movie. It was a documentary about NASA.
No, that's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
The Dream is Alive? I thought you were just asking me like a hypothetical question.
No, The Dream is Alive was a documentary about NASA.
Was the space shuttle, was
No.
the Challenger around that time?
No,
Was it 86? That sounds more right.
I don't know. There is a great documentary on Netflix about that, though. The one that I can't wait we're going to do. Goonies!
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That was 85?
Yeah. So Goonies came out. Lady Hawk came out.
Lady Hawk came out in 85?
Yeah. Girls Just Want to Have Fun came out. There's like 4 or 5 movies that we're doing that I'm like, that must have been a good year for us because we're doing a bunch of movies from that year.
We were 7 and 8.
Yep.
We being 7 and
Oh,
thee
Jesus.
being 8.
I guess that extra year allowed me to grow taller.
I'll take whatever I can.
You.
You hateful hag.
My hateful hag is my absolute favorite shitty thing you say to me.
God damn it, that takes it away. It takes away my power. Well, let's talk about He-Man and She-Ra and its inception, and then we'll get into the movie. How's that sound?
Let's do it. You're running this show.
Dig it. Well, He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword, had a $2 million budget.
What? Okay.
Yeah, well, it's animation. It takes a lot.
Okay. Right.
And it grossed $7.5 million. It was a success.
This movie made money. That's some shit.
It made quite a lot of money. I mean, comparatively speaking. But I can tell you why.
Okay.
Well, let's first talk about He-Man, because that's definitely going to help you understand where we're coming from.
This glass of wine is going to help me understand. Just keep talking.
Right. So just keep in mind, until we get into the actual movie part, you don't have to attack it. You're welcome.
Okay. So I can say nice things right now?
Thank you for paying for my margaritas earlier.
I love this movie so much.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Anna's been hyping me up for this movie all week. And I finally sat down last night to do my notes. And I was like, okay, fuck, I just need to do it. I wasn't even 2 minutes in. And I had this biggest fucking grin on my face. Like, this is the best night of my life. I'm going to tear this movie apart and I'm having a great time.
What do you mean you were reluctant? You love this movie.
No, I was reluctant because I didn't want to tear it apart.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had just as much fun making my notes.
Oh man, it's so good.
Okay, proceed.
He-Man was created as first a toy before it was a cartoon.
Ty and I actually got into a little bit of an argument about that.
Oh no! Which side were you on?
Not
tell me that you were on the right side.
I hope so. What's the right side?
He-Man was created as toy first.
Okay, that's right. No, so when I said that I was going to do this movie, Ty's like, what the hell are you doing that movie for? I'm like, this movie's great. That's why. And he goes, it's a movie created to sell toys or something like that. And I'm like, you mean like all movies, like G.I. Joe? Ty went on a tirade. G.I. Joe was something else way before it was in the 80s. He had things to say about that.
I think he's right.
He is. But I'm like, how many things
but I think G.I. Joe was a toy. Like, it was an actual toy.
Yeah, but not first, according to him.
I think he's wrong about that.
Dude, look what he has over here.
No, I understand.
He has an entire case of soldiers.
Okay, sticking with He-Man. He-Man was first created as a toy by the company Mattel. They wanted to get into like the action figure line, and they had the opportunity. They're like, "Hey, let's get an action figure line." And then somebody was like, "How about Star Wars, this great new movie franchise?" And the president Mattel turned it down.
What an idiot!
I know. Well, it was really expensive. Mattel tried to make toys to kind of compete with Star Wars because it was such a big phenomenon at the time, but they were trying to pull from movies and TV shows like Clash of the Titans and Flash Gordon. Nothing could go toe to toe with the Star Wars toys, so they figured, well, don't try to find a movie or show that will beat Star Wars. Maybe we should just come up with our own characters instead.
Clever.
Yeah. So they did market research with 5-year-old boys because they were specifically looking for boys action figures, male action figures. Right. So they got all these like 5-year-old kids, these 5-year-old boys, and they noticed that when the boys were playing with like their action figures or whatever, that I think it's probably because boys were tired of being told what to do by their teachers and moms and dads and all that. So when they were playing with them, they would say things like, they want to have the power.
Oh.
So power kept coming up in that. They were actually saying it over and over. So there was a designer, Roger Sweet, said, well, let's make a massive action figure, one that makes all the other action figures look like wimps.
Little bitches.
Yeah, pretty much. So he made up mock-up toys to present, and one of them was a barbarian, and he actually called that one He-Man. And the marketing team loved it, so then they sent the idea down to a designer named Mark Taylor, who created the look of He-Man. And they also wanted to make the location where the toys would do battle to be something that could easily house the toys in like a carrying case.
Oh.
So that's how they came up with Castle Grayskull.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I think you might remember like our brother Sean like had that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 'Cause I definitely remember it, like him yeah, okay. Well, each of them included a mini free comic with the toys so the kids would know the backstory, because that was kind of the complaint with with these companies that they were presenting these toys to. They're like, well, Star Wars already has a backstory that these kids already know. All these shows and movies, like, what do you got? And they're like, oh, didn't we tell you? We're also going to include these little free comics with each of them.
That's pretty clever, really.
It was, because when they were pitching this, it was an idea that one of the guys had immediately on the spot.
Oh.
Right.
Like this podcast for us.
know. So they were presenting it around to all these different toy companies. However, Toys R Us was like, yeah, no, you morons, 5-year-olds don't actually read comics. And then that same guy that was like thinking things on the fly was like, oh, didn't we tell you? We're also including like a couple of 1-hour specials, cartoons to go along with it.
That's clever.
Right. They called up Lou Scheimer at Filmation. This is definitely an important name to remember. They wanted to make a cartoon to go along with the toys, and kids fucking ate it up. They loved it. When they made the cartoon, they realized it couldn't be like constant fighting all the time, because parents wouldn't love that. So they thought, oh, we got to have like some funny in there, some humor. So that's how they created He-Man's alter ego, Prince Adam, because it's kind of a softer, funnier, like slapsticky type character that would seem less threatening to parents.
Do you want some trivia?
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the person who came up with those ideas on the fly?
Do you know this, really?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
Who is it?
James Cameron.
Came up with...
I just made it up.
You hateful hag. What the hell?
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
I researched so much.
You're
I'm like, James Cameron's nowhere near this. Didn't come up in any of my research.
I can't help it.
Thanks to He-Man, because it was so successful, it actually created the entire industry of character-created toys. Rainbow Bright, Transformers, Strawberry Shortcake. It was all from these companies that said, let's create the characters first, toys, and then expand out from that.
Care Bears.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it was really smart. I mean, that kind of launched that entire type of...
That is smart.
Characters.
That old
Right.
James Cameron, he's a clever claws.
Well, at some point... Stop it. Well, at some point, they figured out a whole quarter of the audience of He-Man at that time, through toys, through the show, all that stuff, were girls.
Interesting.
So they're like, well, let's create another line of He-Man toys adjacent for girls, and that's how She-Ra came to be.
Because girls couldn't just like the He-Man toys?
No, those are for boys.
Oh, my.
Heaven forbid. No, we can't have girls playing with boy toys. Wait, oh, sorry.
Oh my God, that reminds me of It's Always Sunny in
Gotta pay the troll toll. If you want to get into that boy's hole, you gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
Well, let's get into The Secret of the Sword.
Now it's going to get real shitty.
Okay, put on your attack hat.
I got it.
Let the games begin.
So we open up with a theme song, which is fantastic.
I have in my notes, it's my very first line. I have to look up the lyrics to this.
A stranger walked into my world, and when he talked, I really heard. He spoke of things like love and peace. The joy it brings will never cease.
After that awesome theme song and lots of pew pew 80s laser beams, we begin at Castle Grayskull.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Y'all.
Okay, we begin with the opening credits.
Yeah.
This movie was directed by 5 people.
Yes.
This movie took 5 directors.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Steven Spielberg could never. Why have one director when 5 will do?
Sometimes you can't tell the difference in our voices. Anna said Steven Spielberg couldn't direct this movie.
I can only imagine. It would have fucking aliens. And you know it. Besides the actual aliens in this movie. Okay, I'm losing my point.
Okay, we would just skip it. 5 people directed this movie, though. Boom, roasted.
Good for them. They did a great job. We begin at Castle Grayskull, and the sorceress is having a nightmare about a baby being stolen, and then a magic sword appears. Mm-hmm. You're good with that? Okay. Well, she's having her upsetting dream, and we clip on over to Prince Adam, and he's with his tiger, Cringer.
Cringer is the most aptly named character in this whole movie.
Yeah.
Cringer.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Because he's cringy? Oh, no. No. He's, trepidatious.
They're like, which one of these characters are we going to name Cringer? Who's going to draw the short straw? Because they're all like, any of them will do. Do you know who would hate this movie?
Who?
That bitch Carol Baskins.
Oh, shoot. Hey, cats and kittens. I like that he's He-Man and he's like the hero of Eternia and the most powerful man in the universe. And the thing he flexes on is his fucking spice cake.
He's just stirring the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah, he is. Okay, come through, He-Man.
That's not how you make bread, though.
It's a cake. Although he is overmixing that cake. He-Man, he is voiced by John Irwin. He's done a few other voice-over things and some live-action stuff, but he's primarily just known for being the voice of He-Man, and he was also the voice of, do you remember those, it was like 9 Lives, the Morris the Cat.
Oh, yeah.
From the
meow,
80s.
meow, meow, meow,
Yeah.
meow, meow, meow.
I think you're right. That's him.
Oh.
Same. So that was him. I personally love Prince Adam's outfit and his page boy haircut. I think it complements his face shape.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to say about that?
His belt makes his waist look thinner.
No, anything else you want to say about his hair? You harpy?
Oh, no. It complements a lot of people's face shapes.
Yeah. Listen up, listeners.
Oh.
There was a time when I had an incredibly cute haircut created by Emily,
Oh, no.
the hair goddess.
Yes, she really, really is.
She's amazing.
The hair witch.
And this bitch over here kept comparing me
I
to
took one look.
Adam.
No, you had said something to me, and I replied back to you. You're giving me Prince Adam realness with your hair.
I hope Emily doesn't hear this. It would break her heart. His outfit's ridiculous.
What? He has those, like, you know, he's got those fur Uggs.
Boots with the fur.
He's a spring. You can tell. His
The
particular
spring
shade of-
palette.
Yeah. A magic door has been opened in Castle Grayskull, and the sorcerer, who has now gone almost full eagle, she needs He-Man to go through it.
She's like, I would go myself, but ... And then he's like, do you expect me to go through this without asking any questions? And she's like, yes, I can't tell you anything.
Yeah,
And he's like, okay, take this sword, but I can't tell you anything about the sword or who you need to give it to.
Please, stop asking questions. Please.
And Adam's like, did I ask questions? That's unlike me.
Adam, stop asking questions.
I didn't.
Shh. She's like Diane Wieston, Bullets Over Broadway, just covering his mouth. Shh. Stop. I can't go through. Obviously. It must be you. But I can't tell you why. Okay, bye. The sorceress is voiced by Linda Gary, and she also voices several of the other characters like Glimmer and the Shadow Weaver and Madame Raz, all of your favorite characters.
Okay.
We'll talk about them.
No one can hold on to there is 12,000 accents in this movie.
Okay, so
Like, are they all from different places?
Well, here's the thing. With the He-Man cartoon, and obviously also with the movie and any of the corresponding movies or shows adjacent, they just didn't have a lot of budget. And I'll get into this a little bit more, but basically all of the voices are voiced by like 5 people.
So they manage that by just talking in different accents?
Yes! See how easy that was? So he goes through the portal. Yay.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go send you on an adventure. Don't ask any questions.
Yeah.
Is a terrible message to send to kids.
Well, I say, kids are constantly being told what to do. This just feels familiar to them. Well, he goes through the portal and he gets to a bar. God, I think it's not the Laughing Pony. I didn't write it.
It is something like that.
Yeah, because I thought it was like, oh, this is like Lord of the Rings. It's like the Prancing Pony. But it's like the Laughing something.
Yeah.
It's clearly.
Whatever it was, Ty made fun of it. I can't remember.
Well, speaking of Lord of the Rings, there's a gay Aragorn sitting in the corner, and he has a rainbow-eared, out and proud owl hanging out on his shoulder. That's nice.
That bitchy owl is like you and I at any function.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the back, chirping away, making bitchy comments.
Yeah.
I love that owl.
Did you notice that Cringer, orders the fish?
I noticed that he ordered the fish, and then he looked completely surprised when fish showed up at the table.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, fish!
That is just like me, I swear to God. Well, I like that he sucked the fish clean off the bones. I'm pretty sure it just landed on why Adam keeps him around. Apparently this place is policed by the Horde, and it's like a intergalactic robot thing. Just the bad people. They're policed by the bad people, and some Horde soldiers show up at the end, and they're total dicks.
Yeah, they're like those guys at Acapulco.
Yeah, they were. I like when they start picking on that poor twink playing the harp.
Yeah.
Beautifully, I might add.
Yeah, he did.
Well, luckily, Adam steps in, and he then gets help from gay Aragorn.
Whose name is Bo, by the way.
Yeah, his name is Bo. Again, we are allies.
Yeah, we are.
We are not here we're not trying to make fun of the gay community. This movie is gay, and I love it. I like when they're the soldiers are standing on a rug, and Adam's makes a joke. Not corny, it's great. And he's he tells Bo, he's like,
I'd say it's time to pull the rug out from under them.
and then they're like, 1, 2,
Guys, this is going to be a total surprise.
3, pull.
I wish Bo would have rolled his eyes at some point all right, fine. Adam's hot, but he talks a lot.
Bo would have been like, let's pull the rug out from under him. And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dance 10, looks 3.
Okay, so can I tell you about the voice of Bo?
Yeah.
The person that voices Bo is George DeCenzo. He also does the voice of Hordak, the main villain.
Who snorts, by the way, when he laughs. He's like...
He has a deviated septum.
No, it's weird.
I bet he's a nightmare to sleep with.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a pug. Okay, well, so let's get back to George DeCenzo. George DeCenzo has done some voiceover work, and he's done quite a lot of live action TV shows and movies, and some of which we have definitely seen.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
Sorry.
Well, let me see if you've heard any of these obscure things. Back to the Future. He was in Exorcist 3.
Ooh, love that. We're going to do that one.
Yeah. He was in the TV movie Helter Skelter. He played the prosecutor, Vincent Bugliosi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Not too shabby. Am I right?
Can I say something crazy that's going to be really unpopular?
Oh, yes. I hope so. I can't wait to shit on it.
I can't get into Back to the Future.
Oh. Huh.
I know. I'm on my own crazy
it's
island.
supposedly by film students to be considered a perfect script.
I know, and I read that about what's the Jack Nicholson movie, Chinatown?
Oh,
that's another one that's and
you just watched that?
I just watched it, and I'm like, well, this is a really good movie. Is it perfect? No.
Oh, I love that movie.
No, I did too.
Yeah.
So I think what it means is that I shouldn't be talking about movies because I'm stupid.
That's not true. You're one of the smartest people I know.
Well, you need to get out more.
How about that? I know 5 people, and you are for sure the smartest. One of them. Well, next we see Beast Island, and we get a good look at the bad guy's home office. And that's where we meet Hordak and his friends.
Oh my, come on.
Hordak the pug.
Hordak the pug.
Yeah.
This
Pugdak.
A gaggle of goofballs. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. There's the Clipper lady, the
scorpion one. I can't remember her name. I
Yeah.
know KATRINA.
Katra.
She's like,
Ridiculous. Who do you think she was copying? Eartha Kitt?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I
didn't
know.
put that together at all.
Yeah, I did.
Damn it.
One of us loves Eartha more.
Fuck. I really got to pay more attention to these things. I like when Hordak just blows up one of his own structures in his own place. He's a chaotic evil. While Hordak is busy blowing up his own shit, Bo and Adam ride to the rebel base of the Whispering Forest. I like when they get to the Whispering Forest. And again, this movie is gay with a capital G, capital A, capital Y.
Sprag is called a Twigget. Then we have Glimmer.
Wait, a Twigget.
A Twigget. I think you could say Twigget.
Is Twigget okay?
I don't...
It sounds a little...
Problematic?
It sounds problematic. I know it isn't. Adam meets their leader, Glimmer, and she is super into Adam. I'm not quite sure how to tell Glimmer, but she is definitely barking up the wrong tree.
I've got in my notes, Glimmer is immediately hot for He-Man, and she's destined for disappointment.
Yeah, he is not going to share those affections. No, they're not. Unfortunately, the bad guys show up, and we see future She-Ra, who's Adora, and she's on the bad guy's side, and she is a real ball buster.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. She-Ra / Adora is voiced by Melanie Britt. She has a massive career through voiceover work and TV shows, but that's all the information I have on her, unfortunately. Okay, so the bad guys are fighting the good team, and the good team seems fucked. And then Adam's like, oh, I guess I need to transition. And he's like, He-Man. Now he's He-Man. He's like, by the power of Grayskull.
I consulted our good friend Eric.
Yeah.
Our gay liaison.
Yeah.
And he says he can't authorize the use of that word.
Oh, Twigget?
Yeah.
Oh, man. He and I talked about this.
On Urban Dictionary.
Oh, no.
The definition is it's a midget with Tourette's syndrome.
Oh, no.
So I think we're in trouble. Can we talk about the witch? The good witch? The witch that supposedly helps the rebels?
Yeah. Is it Madame Jazz or Yaz or
She's
Raz?
re-
Oh, it's Madame Raz.
She's the worst witch. She's like, razzle, whizzle, wazzle, zazzle, my nazzle.
I get it. I forget my ingredients all the time. Okay, so I'm not great with math, and that's known. All of my recipes are in metric, and they're all by weight. But I'm really great at keeping like those numbers in my head unless somebody like makes sudden movements around me or says anything or even like glances up at me, then I'm like completely lost. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta start back at the beginning. I think that might be how Madame Raz is. Like if somebody like one of the Twiggets, oh wait, we already said you can't say that anymore. If Sprag is like she's gonna mess up. So after She-Ra has shot He-Man in the back, he's captured, and she's checking out the sword that He-Man has brought over from the other side that the sorcerers gave him.
Is she checking out He-Man's sword? Is that what you said?
Yes, that he was his secondary sword that he was holding. That was a special sword. And she's like, I feel like this was made for me. And He-Man's like, dream on, crayon. That sword can only be used for good.
But then he pulls the man. Well, if you're too scared to go look and see what's really out there. She's like, I'm not scared of anything.
Yeah, it looks like you're scared. I like she actually hasn't seen anything outside of her compound.
And also, they're called the Evil Horde.
Just the Horde with a capital H, I think. The evil is outside of the compound. She only knows them as the Horde.
Has she seen his face? Isn't there like a skull and crossbones on their outfit?
Do you have a problem with somebody's looks? Are we shaming somebody for how they look?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Hordak...
What'd you call me?
Oh, I thought of a shitty thing early to call you, and now I forgot it. Damn it. Margaritas.
Fuck! Don't say anything while I'm taking a drink. You're like, when's that gonna be?
Jesus, we don't have all night.
Adora goes out and she's gonna go slum it outside the fortress to see, how awesome the people have it, and the slaves are apparently being treated like shit.
She gets a wonderful disguise. She puts a cape on.
Do you remember that part in Brain Candy where he's like,
like ghetto children. Apparently their lives are horrible.
Yes. Oh, I love that movie.
Pro,
Oh, fuck me.
what's up, Hordak? The rebels show up and they fight He-Man and they battle Hordak, but they lose fairly quickly. And Shadow Reaper, who is Hordak's witch, is like, should I put them in a cell, Dark One? And Hordak's like,
Yes, an uncomfortable one.
I have in my notes, not an uncomfortable cell. They said an uncomfortable cell. He was like Carol Baskin. This is an uncomfortable cell.
yes, an uncomfortable one.
No, you should do it in Tiger King voice.
What is his voice?
Throw that goddamn Carol Baskin in an uncomfortable cell.
Shockingly, Adora figures out she's working for the bad guys.
You mean the evil horde?
Yeah.
Adora's not the sharpest.
But in my mind, the Jedi are evil. He-Man tells Cringer he has to stay in the Whispering Woods because he is, quote, too noticeable. And I'm like, hi, a lady turned into a panther earlier. and Bo, a.k.a. Fire Island over here, is a talking rainbow owl. I think Cringer's going to be fine. He'll blend.
Oh yeah, you blend. Where do they send? Do you know the name of the place that they send the rebels?
I do. It's Valley of the Lost.
No. What about the other room that they send them? The Plunder.
That's where they go to plunder.
Yeah.
Nothing weird about that.
If 50 Shades of Grey had a room called The Plunder, it would have been a way cooler book.
Gross. Gross. Hordak is showing his new weapon, the
I think it's called The Plunder.
that machine can't be called the Plunder. It's called the... Did you vogue? Are you voguing me right now? That's incredible. Oh, are you voguing me, but you're in your early 40s, so your elbows are popping out like this?
Yep.
Oh, I can hear it. Oh, no. I'm so sad for you.
Go walk up the stairs and I'm going to come behind you with my microphone.
You Hordak. I can't.
Where are we? I'm lost again.
At some point, the fucking sorcerer gets off her ass and she communicates with Adora that she was stolen as a baby. As a baby. Okay, so from here on out, the sorcerer is Moira.
Yes.
And then Adora yells, for the honor of Grayskull. And what's up? Now we have She-Ra. And then She-Ra, gymnastics her way to her horse, Swiftwind. And Pegasus, he's a Pegasus who talks.
Did we skip the part where He-Man tries to break into the castle by getting in the uniform, but his beautiful blonde hair gives him away?
We may have.
The Weaver, whatever her name is, she's like, wait a second.
She clocks him in a
Right.
second. Nice try, French fry. Can we talk about Swiftwind for a second?
No, but can we talk about the fact that when He-Man walks up to Adora, he's like, hey, Adora, and then he puts his gigantic finger over her mouth?
Yeah, he does.
It was a little weird.
Wait, weird? In what way? That's what people do.
Come here.
Oh, don't touch me.
Okay, see?
So, can we talk about Swiftwind for a second?
Sure, but can I just say one more thing?
Oh, okay.
Could the sorceress have given He-Man a little bit of information?
No. Anyway, so can we talk about Swiftwind?
Sure. Oh, I got one more thing to say.
Do you really?
My Halloween costume for next year changed 12 times during this movie.
Yeah?
And every time I kept going back, well, fuck it, I think I'll just be the owl.
That owl
Patronus.
is your Patronus.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I had some Patronus in my mark tonight.
I'm. Hey, Katrina.
What?
Can we talk about Swiftwind?
Let's see if I've got anything else to say. Yeah, let's talk about it. I've been waiting for it.
Oh, sorry. I got really off track. So, Swiftwind is voiced by Lou Scheimer. Do you happen to remember me saying that name earlier?
No, dude, that was like an hour ago.
Lou Scheimer voiced a lot of the characters in this. He is the voice of King Randor, Swiftwind, Cowl, Mantena, the Horde Trooper, Cobra Khan, Trapjaw, Triclops, Broom, Sprag, Sprocket, Gary the Innkeeper, Bard, Messenger, Horde the Computer. He's a bunch. He is a bunch, and I mean a bunch.
Okay.
Is because he was one of the founders of Filmation.
Oh.
Which made the He-Man cartoons, and he was also a producer for this movie. He played a significant role in the creation of the cartoon, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Aside from being the executive producer, he was also co-credited for the series' musical score. The reason that producer Lou Scheimer performed the voices for so many supporting characters was that the official voice actors were contracted to perform no more than 3 different voices per episode.
Oh.
Right. And since there was usually only 3 regular cast members working on each show, he would fill in for the rest of the male cast. He-Man and She-Ra fly away on Swiftwind.
I like that Hordak is constantly putting his hands on his waist like, hey, have we gotten to the part yet where the people that had all their energy sucked out to make the ray got all their energy back?
Oh, did they? Was it reversed?
No, there's like 7 of them, and they're like, my energy is returning. I know exactly where I'm going. To which I thought, to the plunder room.
No, they just love the plunder
They
room.
just love it. They're like, hey.
I bet there's like disco lights in the plunder. I bet there's glow sticks. I can't wait till we have a He-Man themed party. You love a theme.
I do. I'm calling it now. I'm the owl.
We can make a He-Man themed party.
And I'm only going to invite gay people. So fortunately...
All you know is gay
I was
people.
going to say.
He-Man and She-Ra fly away on Swiftwind, away from the compound, to Rebel Island. And through the sword, the sorceress decides that she's going to tell them what's up. And she's like, grab a snack and have a seat, you two. It's origin story time. Hordak, twins, kidnapping,
blah, blah, blah.
sword. And then she like casually drops that Skeletor used to be Hordak's number 2 guy. And He-Man's like, what?
What? My nemesis? Swiftwind was really excited about that sibling hug, by the way.
Yeah.
Swiftwind was like,
Hello. Hello. He-Man says to She-Ra, she's like, he says like, you know, so do you want to see your parents or what? And she was like, yeah, more than anything. And he's like, oh, I bet you do, but they're dead. Yeah, they dead. They're dead. All of them are dead.
And he's like, haha, just kidding. Isn't having a brother fun?
Yeah, she's like, oh no. And he's like, oh, I'm just playing. He's like, they're fine, but that's what you get for shooting me in the fucking back. Skeletor is voiced by Alan Oppenheimer. And he has a huge career, both live action and voiceover. He's done everything from Smurfs to the Wuzzles to Transformers to even to Adventure Time. He actually he's 91 and he still does voiceover work now.
Aww.
He was also the voice of the narrator in The Neverending Story.
Are we doing that?
I could go either way with that one.
What? Well, I can't.
You can't go con on that one?
No.
Pro. That felt so good.
You, Hordak.
Well, he's the narrator, and he's also Skeletor. So next time you watch it, when you're preparing to attack it...
Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay.
Pulling up our list. Nothing else, nothing to see here.
Fuck.
Uh-oh. I'm just looking at the our master list of the movies we're doing.
Uh-huh.
And it says Never Ending Story. Yes. Guess what it says next to it? KATRINA.
He-Man and She-Ra decide that they are going to go home.
You get Spaceballs, you filthy strumpet.
Yeah. What's up?
You get Jurassic Park. You remember who directed that? The person you shit on right at the beginning of this podcast.
I don't remember because I think it was like 5 directors.
Steven Spielberg directed Jurassic Park.
I don't know who that is. Anyway, I don't keep track of independent artists. So anyway, He-Man and She-Ra decide to go home to Eternia, and Hordak's like, the fuck you will, and he follows them through the door.
No. He doesn't follow them through the door. He turns into a rocket dildo. It's like, bzzz, he just goes right through the...
Subtle. You're gonna need me! Well, Hordak is back in Eternia, and he decides to do what everyone does when they go back to their hometown. He checks out his old hangouts, he comments about how much things have changed. And Skeletor is not thrilled to see him.
He's like, this bitch.
Hordak tries to blast him with his arm cannon, and Skeletor freezes it like a second. Skeletor's like checking out his nails. He's like, bitch, please. You're embarrassing yourself.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Skeletor and Hordak, despite that, decide to team up, and then they Trojan horse a giant cake into the royal castle, and Hordak kidnaps Adora from her family that she just met again. But Skeletor luckily shoves his ass back through the portal so Skeletor can ransom Adora, but she escapes. Adora decides to go back home and help the rebels, and her family isn't thrilled because she just got there. Adam slips through the portal as well to help Adora with the fight, and an angry bear shows up. Oh, snappers. She-Ra can talk to animals, and that's handy.
Oh my god.
Well, you have a problem with that?
She's like, I just don't even know. All of a sudden, I can just... Like, so she's never heard of the evil horde.
Uh-huh.
She's apparently never seen an animal before.
Mm-hmm. She's never tried to,
all of a sudden
an
she
animal.
can talk to animals.
Unfortunately, Swiftwind is then shot down. That's sad. I thought it was going to be like Atreyu in the Never-Ending Story.
Oh, why are you bringing that up?
Fight the sadness. But She-Ra can also heal animals. So that's also handy.
Yeah, she suddenly has all these powers that she never had before.
Yeah, well, she's learning all kinds of things. This movie is about discovery and being okay with oneself.
This movie just adds on to itself. It throws everything at the wall and everything sticks. Whether it should or not.
The rebels beat the Horde, but Hordak and his witch escape, Shadow Weaver, and end.
Whose waist is snatched, by the way.
Yeah, that a girl.
I know.
I wonder what she looks like underneath the hood.
It's
Let's
looks
lift
like
up the hood and
Tim
find out what's
Leary.
going on under there. I bet her face is all fucked up,
busted to bits.
Lifts up her hood's like, well, there's your problem right there. Well, that's the end of our movie.
It's done. Yes. It's over now.
I love He-Man and She-Ra, and I love Secrets About Swords.
What I tend to do with movies that I love is that I just watch them over and over and over again. Like a lot of people, that's not like groundbreaking habit there.
Very bold.
But I love when I go back and watch a movie I love that I haven't seen for a long time, and it doesn't suck. Like, when I went back and watched Children of the Corn as an adult, I was so disappointed because that movie sucks.
Did you read the book?
Of course.
Okay. It's such a shame because the ending of Children of the Corn, the book is really cool.
Yeah. It's thrilling with a movie like this, which I went into thinking this is going to be so dumb and it's going to be kind of easy to tear apart.
No
And I
way.
loved it so much.
I know we love every single movie, but this one made me laugh and smile so hard. Would you recommend this movie to people that didn't grow up with this?
I was actually thinking about it through the lens of, would Finn want to watch it? And I think he would dig it.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it still absolutely works for, that demographic. Do you think, a person in their 20s or 30s could, just watch this? Probably not, right?
If they're stoned.
Oh, yeah. If they're stoned, if they're lifted, for sure.
Yeah. Did I say anything that made sense to you?
I mean, it made sense.
You don't remember anything I said.
It didn't change my mind. It would take a real tough argument to make me change my mind about this movie.
It is dumb that Adora is suddenly surprised that she's on the bad side of things.
Well, yeah. She doesn't seem super bright.
She's not. She doesn't do blondes justice.
She's a little bit of a Leia.
My Leia. She's way more useful than my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leia would not be interested in helping the rep. She'd be like, which is easier?
Leia can't talk to other animals, and she is an animal.
Poor Leia. It's so true.
I am very curious to find out what other people think. So I want to challenge people to watch this movie. It is on YouTube, and shockingly, exclusively on YouTube, I think.
Right, yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately. But you know what? That means it's free. Yay! So I want to see what people think. Give it a shot. It's an hour and a half long, which is an awful long, but I think it was actually like the first several episodes of She-Ra, the cartoon, and they just pieced it together and added in some other stuff for this movie. So that's why it's the length that it is.
It's like an hour and 27 minutes. It's a perfect length of a movie.
I thought it was a breeze. It was just flew by. So I want to see if people who have never seen this movie watch this movie and then tell us what you think. We made it super convenient. SplitHappensPod.com or SplitHappensPod on Twitter or SplitHappensPod on Instagram. It's a breeze. It's a breeze for you. It's a breeze for me. It's a breeze for them.
You know what? You're a breeze. You're a breeze to me.
You're a breeze too, you hordak.
Okay, well, bye everybody.
Bye He-Man. Bye She-Ra. Bye world.